Welcome everyone. So today we are going to discuss about the continuous beam analysis of continuous beam in StatPro. Okay. So first what we have to do is we have to go for the new project. If you have any project which is already in progress, what you can do is you can go for the open project. And here before going further, so we can go here and we can go to the configuration. So here in select base unit, select base unit, we can go for the metric because you are going to work in meter and kilonewton. Okay. So then we have got various options. Basic unit, and then global axis orientation is Y up. So all these settings have to be monitored before starting the project. Okay. Before starting the project. So here base unit, metric, and StatPro default design code, as you can see over here, steel design code, I have selected IS 800. Okay, not that you can select, you cannot select it later, you can always select it later in the directory also, but when if we begin with this, the default code will automatically be set to these values. Okay. For concrete design, IS456 I have selected. Aluminum design code, as you can see, only US we have aluminum US, so that is by default it is selected. And then for timber, AITC 1994. Okay, so very less options are available for us. Okay, then shear wall design, again we have selected IS456, so I'll accept this. And okay, then what I'll do is I'll go for the new project. Here you can give the name of the project, a file name, whatever the name of the file you have got. For example, let us say continuous beam, I'll write it continuous beam analysis. Okay. So then over here what you can do is you can select the location of the file, you can create a new folder for the file. Okay, and you can save the file in your desired location. Then as you can see here, meter and kilonewton are by default selected because we have already in configuration already we have dealt with that. Okay, so after doing that, what we can do is we can go for the next, and then add beam. We have to select the add beam because we are dealing with the beam. Okay, then finish. So here we are given this setup in front of us. So what we can do is we can go for the we can snap this nodes here, snap the nodes, but for better accuracy, what we can do is we can provide the positioning of the nodes according to x, y, and z axis. Okay, so because we are working in a plane, so I'll select the nodes as 0 comma 0 comma 0. Then let us say we have the next node at 3 meter, then next 6 meter. Okay, then next at 9 meter. Okay, so here what you can do is you can select the views here. So for example, this is the front view, this is a back view. Okay, side views, and top view, bottom view, and then isometric view. Okay, for front view I'll select this. Now after this, what we can do is we have to add the beam to these nodes. Okay, so for that we have an option here, add beam option at the top right, top left corner. So if we select this, then what we can do is you can add the beam between the nodes easily, like this. Okay, so we have added the beams successfully. Now what we have to do is in the general tab, we are in modeling. Now what we have done is we have modeled this beam. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to go for the general. So here in general, what we need to do is go for the define. We have to select the property of your beam. Okay, we have to give the size of the beam, whether it's a circular, rectangular, whatever is there. So we have to provide that. Let us select the rectangular beam. So I'll select the size of the beam as 0.3 meter in the depth of the beam as 0.3 meter, and width of the beam as usually we provide 0.23 meter. That is nothing but the thickness of the wall, 9-inch wall. Okay, so we'll add this and then close. So as you can see here, we don't have the nodes visible to us. So in order to make the nodes visible, what you need to do is you press Shift and K. Okay, so okay, so we'll discuss that later. So for that, now the rectangular property is selected here, 0.3 meter by 0.23 meter. So because we want to uh, uh, assign this rectangular property to the beam, what you can do is you can use the cursor to assign like this. You can select all the beam, then click on assign. Then as you can see, assigning. Okay, so assign to you, assign. You can go for this also. So now the rectangular property has been assigned to the beam. Okay, so if you want to make the nodes visible or invisible, what you can do is press Shift and K key. Okay, like this, Shift plus K. Now as you can see here, the rectangular 0.3 meter by 0.23 meter has been assigned. Okay, now after that, after assigning, after in general tab, after assigning the property of the beam, what we can do is you can go for the support tab, so that we can provide the support on these nodes. Okay, here create, we have fixed support, pinned, fixed butt, enforce. For time being, let us say we'll select the fixed support, and then we'll support the pinned support. Okay, so what we will do now, we'll assign this fixed support at both the ends and pinned support at the middle nodes. Okay, so support 2, I'll select the support 2, use cursor to assign, then select the node which we want to assign. To select the multiple nodes, what you need to do is you need to press control key, press the control key, then assign to. As you can see here, as we have selected these two nodes, we have the option of assign to selected nodes. Then if I assign this like this, as you can see over here, we have a fixed support on both the ends. Okay, similarly, let us assign this pinned support to this node as well as to this node. Okay, so uh, if we select these two nodes, we have got assigned to selected nodes, assign. Okay, so we have got the nodes assigned over here. Now after that, we'll go for the loads. We'll go for the loads and definition, load case detail, add, load case, live load, live load, add, close. Then in live load, we'll add the new loads. Okay, because we are applying the member loads. Add, because we are applying the member load. So as you can see over here, we have got various loads here. Uniform force, that means that is nothing but UDL, uniform moment concentrated force. That means if you want to apply any point load at any particular location, that you can apply. Okay, so let us say for example, let us say I want to apply as we know, the distance between them is 3 meter. From here to here it is 6 meters, it is 9 meter. Okay, so based on this, let us try to apply the loads. Add, we'll go for the load, member load, uniform force, let's say 3 kilonewton. Because the uniform force, the loads are acting in the downward direction, we have to press the minus, you have to enter the minus symbol. Then let us say 4 kilonewton throughout the span. We'll add according to the spans. Okay, so one will add this. Then we'll go for the concentrated force, let us say minus 3 kilonewton at a distance of d1 d2. As you can see here, if this is 3 meter. Let us say we want to apply the load at the middle, that is nothing but at 1.5 meter. So what you can do here is you can mention the distance from D1, it is 1.5 meter. Okay, so local y. Okay, so add. Okay, then let us say we have another load of minus 4 kilonewton at a distance of d 1.5, that is nothing but so for example, let us say we want to apply the load at this location. So from this point it is 1.5 meter because it's 3 meter. So I'll add this as well, add, close. Okay, so now let us apply this load of UDL minus 4 kilonewton UDL 4 kilonewton to this span. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to select the beam, select the load, and then assign to selected beam, assign. So as you can see here, so minus 4 kilonewton UDL, kilonewton per meter UDL is applied to this span. So now let us say we want to apply the load of 3 kilonewton at a span at a distance of 1.5 meters. So I'll select this load and then assign to selected beam, assign, as you can see over here. So similarly I'll select this and assign to selected beam. Okay, so this is the loads which we have applied here. Now after the application of the load and after the providing the property of the beam, so what you can do is go for command, analyze, perform analysis, no print, okay, command, post analysis, print analysis result, okay, analyze, run analysis, save. So as you can see over here, we have got 0 errors and 0 warnings. So we can go for the view output file as well. Okay, so this is the output file. All the details will be given in this output file, analysis result. Okay, now in post processing mode, live load, apply, okay. Okay, so now we are in post processing mode. Here what you can see here is we can see the shear force. Okay, shear force. So here if we go to the results, view value, beam results, shear, what is the shear force at the mid span, maximum shear force at the end, annotate. So as you can see here, so if you do this, what you can see is you can see the results in front of us. You can press the control key and you can maximize this whole setup. Okay, so similarly if you want to see the bending moment, you can see the bending moment here. So this is the deflection. So I'll close the deflection, and this is the bending moment. So you again for the results, go to results, view value, beam results, bending moment. Again, bending, what is the bending moment at the midpoint, what is the bending moment at the end, what is the maximum bending moment. You can select, annotate. If you annotate, all the values can be seen from the here. Okay, so this is regarding the analysis of continuous beam. So hopefully we'll try to create a whole series of StatPro, the analysis and design of StatPro of various different aspects. Okay, so in the upcoming classes, hopefully we'll continue with the other lessons as well. Thank you.